Well, last month, Steelers running back Le'Veon Bell told our Michelle Steele, I think the running back position gets overlooked. The market is really down, and I feel like I'm a player that can set it right. It shouldn't surprise you that Bell has set his sights on redefining the running back market, as his running back style is redefining the position. Hall of Famer and Steeler legend Jerome Bettis visited with Bell last year to learn more about his unique approach.
There he is. What's up, man?
Good, baby.
You doing, bro?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good, man. Okay, you ready to rock?
You know, I'm making it, man. I'm ready. I'm definitely ready.
I want you to take me through a run in terms of your patience, because I know a lot of people are saying, well, what is he keying on? What does he see? What is he thinking? So kind of take me through just, a run to the right.
Okay.
What's your mindset?
I'll be the tailback. You got to be the...
I'll be the linebacker.
Oh, you want to be linebacker?
I'll be the linebacker.
That's cool. So if I'm running, say the quarterback right here, Ben, give me the ball, I got the inside zone to this way.
Right.
And I'm watching the linebacker, but I know my blocking schemes. I know where guys are going. So I know the double team is coming up to this backer.
Right.
So when I'm coming, I see this backer, but I'm not going to look at him.
Right.
I'm not going to look at him at all. I don't even want him to know I see him. So I'm going to look straight. Maybe I even look to the right a little bit to have this guy kind of bait him into this gap.
Coming in here.
That's the gap I don't want to go. That's the gap I'm waiting for the lineman to kind of wash him down and open up the hole where I really want to go over here. It's really a backside run. So when I come, it's giving me time. I'm kind of being patient,
so
waiting.
You want me to kind of work my way over here.
As soon as you do that and the lineman take him, I cut the ball back. And, that's when I get on the second level and, all the type of things can happen.
You better try to escape.
Le'Veon can dodge raindrops. He stops, starts, jump cut. He makes some guys look silly.
I'm really getting sick and tired of all the hate, man.
When people say patient, that's why I'm kind of setting them up.
They see your body going in one hole, but there's no way you're going in that hole.
Absolutely no way. Played against Luke Kuechly. He's one of the best linebackers I've been played. And he was a guy who was real patient with me, So when I was pressing the hole and he was waiting for me, he knew I wanted the backside run.
He was staying away. Okay, he was waiting.
I would just take the gap,
Force him to have to now.
Force him to have to take it because, sometimes, the guy's kind of waiting. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to just let y'all have that, and I'm going to take this 4 or 5 right here. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. When I played it, I was a little bit more, I guess, deliberate because I was really a downhill runner. I didn't have the luxury that you had in terms of speed to power and all that. I was power.
Yeah,
so my thought was, I'm getting downhill. When I'm here, I want to hit that hole because the faster I hit the hole, the more that backside linebacker is going to overcommit. So I would cut back, but I did it in a different way in the sense that if I knew that this was a play I wanted to cut back, instead of me being at 7, I would inch back to 8.
Ooh.
But I would still go the same speed.
Yeah.
I would still go the same speed, but I was another yard further back. Well, now, by the time I get to that same place that you think I'm hitting it, now I'm able to cut back.
You got enough room to cut back.
I got enough room to cut back.
That's savvy, though.
What are you thinking when now you step out and you line up and you become a wide receiver? Is the mindset different?
Me being able to practice with Antonio Brown day in and day out, watching his releases on corners, watching his releases on safeties, the way he sets up his routes, it's something I learned and drastically got better at.
How you doing that when you're in the play as well?
Yeah, let me tell you this. So we have a walkthrough after every practice.
Right.
And I don't do the walkthrough. I'll just guard AB the whole time. And I'll just think of scenarios in my head, like, so if a guy played me like this, I want to see how AB would release, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And he always does something crazy, and I just kind of put that in my game, like, okay, so if a guy do play you hard inside like that, and you still got to release inside, he did this to get inside, so I'm going to try this, next time I go out there.
So you get up there and you say, what would AB do? But it's gotten you better.
It got me better just
as a receiver.
Yeah, it got me better as a receiver just because I see the way he releases and see the things that he does. Everything I do, when I'm on this football field, I put in work to try to be better, be the best player I could possibly be.
Yes, certainly learning from one of the best receivers, too, doesn't hurt him. So, DeAngelo Williams, you played with Le'Veon Bell.
Absolutely.
They just went through some of the reasons what makes him special, but why do you think he's so important as a running back to the Steelers? What does he do?
Okay, so to start off, I'm gonna give you 5 names.
Okay.
Why this guy's special, and then I'm gonna go into why he's special. Alejandro Villanueva, Ramon Foster, Marquise Pouncey, David DeCastro, and Marcus Gilbert. Those 5 guys up front allow him to do the things that he's great at doing. But these are the 3 things that I think he's great at. His elite route running. It's unbelievable and it's unparalleled. I hadn't seen this since Marshall Faulk and LaDainian Tomlinson, and he's actually stepped up a lot because he gives you a slot receiver, type of receiver that you've never heard of out of the backfield and continue to be the running back that he is. Number 2, he blocks well, really well, to the sense of you don't want to blitz this guy because Ben has all the time in the world to throw the ball because that 6th and 7th defender that comes off the line is getting blocked by Le'Veon Bell. And then the third one is just his vision and his ability to get out of the backfield and make things happen and his patience. I'm 100% sold on the fact that Le'Veon Bell and Ben Roethlisberger are the same person in terms of this. Le'Veon Bell's patience is just like Ben Roethlisberger holding the ball. They both equate to the same thing, and it allows that offensive line to do what they do best, and that's the block. That's what makes him an important weapon for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Speaking of weapons, that's stiff arm right there. That's got to be illegal.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
He's stiff arm
states.
He stiff armed the whole damn Cincinnati Bengals.
That's right. You know, it's not like stiff arms are simply a byproduct of power, by the way. It's placement. It's knowing when to deploy it. It's knowing that you can't use it on every single play or else you know what's coming. Le'Veon Bell, maybe he isn't the biggest, strongest back in the NFL versus a guy like LeGarrette Blount or Leonard Fournette, but that dude has got so much forceful power and functional power on that stiff arm. I mean, I'm impressed with Dre Kirkpatrick got back up and was like, I'm going to keep on playing.
You know, the one thing that we didn't talk about, pay the man, Pittsburgh. Pay the man.
You heard
it here first.